Hello viewers, welcome to English for my world. We live in an uncertain world and we don't know when we need to listen to the death news of somebody. Yes, I am talking about condolences. What are condolences? Well, condolences are comforting words or remembering somebody's loss, somebody's death. And we pay our condolences to the departed family, to the bereaved family. We conduct condolence meetings to pay homage to the past soul or to the departed soul. In this session, we are going to discuss more about how to pay condolences. What sort of words are used when someone passes away? Here is a context where Das and Sharma are two friends. Sharma comes to Das' home to offer his condolences. Das' mother passed away. So Sharma, first of all, is now speaking to Das. Sharma says, Mr. Das, my heartfelt condolences, my deepest condolences to you. I heard about your mother's passing away and it was very, very shocking for me. I could not digest the news. She was such a wonderful person and she was hale and hearty. And all of a sudden I heard that she had a heart attack and she passed away. And Das responds, very kind of you, Sharma, to have come here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your comforting words. And Sharma says again that I know the kind of situation that you must be going through. I can understand your situation. But all that I can tell you is take heart. I pray God to provide you the necessary strength and the necessary courage to bear the loss, to accept this sad news. And Sharma, to the words of Sharma, Das reacts and responds by saying, I don't know how I would have coped without good friends like you. So coping here is like managing. Really, Sharma, I don't know how I would have coped without wonderful and good friends like you. That's how the conversation proceeds between the two friends, that is Das and Sharma, about Das' mother passing away. Well, we all know that it is very heavy. So with a heavy heart, we accept the death news of someone who passed away. Well, imagine you are asked to speak about your colleague. Imagine you are working in a university and one of the professors in the university passed away. How would you express your condolences? How would you pay homage to the departed soul? It can be something like this. So I am speaking as one of the colleagues in the university about someone, one of my professors, one of my colleagues who passed away, and this is how I start. I would say, well, with a heavy heart we gather here to remember the death of our dearest colleague, Dr. Kamlesh Gupta. He passed away last night, and this comes as a shocking news for all of us. It's a great loss. It's an irreplaceable loss. Mr. Kamlesh, Professor Kamlesh, was a wonderful professor. He was an eminent professor and a great philanthropist. By the word philanthropist, I mean to say the one who loves everyone, who is very warm, who is very affectionate, very loving person. We lost him. So at this juncture, in these difficult times, we pray God to provide his members of the family, especially his wife, his children, to provide them the strength and the courage to bear the loss. We stand by them and we assure them to count on us. We are here to provide them all the moral support that they need in these difficult times and dejected times. And that's how the condolence message proceeds. That's how a person offers his condolences to the departed soul. People also say, may his soul rest in peace. May the departed soul rest in peace. And we stand by the bereaved family, by the departed family. We stand by them to assure them all the support and strength that they need. Well, we also listen to expressions such as, a pall of gloom descended their home. When someone passes away, obviously a pall of gloom descends their home. It's all very saddening, very mourning, very grief-stricken atmosphere, crestfallen atmosphere. People collapsing, weeping inconsolably, and the scenes are really very pathetic and very, very hard, very difficult to witness, to digest, and it is difficult to in fact console the weeping family members. Right. So what sort of expressions are we learning in this program when we talk about offering condolences about someone's passing away? Well, the phrases and expressions are, here we go. I am writing those expressions for you on the board. My heartfelt condolences. Heartfelt condolences. My deepest condolences. Deepest condolences. This must be a hard blow for you. This comes as a very hard blow, very tough blow for you. I am deeply grieved. I am deeply grieved. I understand your position now. I fall short of words to comfort you, to console you. I don't know how to comfort and console you. I don't know what to say. In the first place, I am shocked and I don't know how to comfort. People also say, take heart. Take heart. This is another encouraging word. I know the loss is irreparable and the loss is irreplaceable. So, irreparable loss. The loss is irreplaceable. We cannot get the person back. We cannot get another Dr. Kamlesh in our university. He was such a wonderful and loving person. So irreparable, irreplaceable, loss. All these are to offer, are to send the condolence messages. May his soul rest in peace. Of course, this is a common. May his soul rest in peace. We also use the words such as our beloved friend, beloved brother, beloved sister. So by the word beloved, you are referring to somebody whom you love so much, and that's where we use the expression beloved friend, beloved colleague, beloved sister, beloved brother. Right. So try to use them. This can be used in maybe sending your WhatsApp messages, SMS messages, because nowadays we are using lots of the social media to interact with people, because that is faster and that is easier for you to reach out to the bereaved family members, to the family that is mourning. And that must be a hard blow, a very, very hard blow. We understand that. I am deeply grieved and deeply shocked to listen to the death news. Probably you can also say, I am crestfallen. I am crestfallen to listen to the death news. Meaning I am completely collapsed to listen to the death news. I am grief-stricken. Grief-stricken and crestfallen. Destiny played a very cruel joke on their family. Okay, I'm really crestfallen. I'm completely collapsed. I'm completely depressed and dejected to listen to the death news. I'm grief-stricken. My pain is inexplicable, indescribable. We cannot digest the death news of our beloved friend. What a wonderful person he was. And what a shock this is, what a hard blow this is to all of us. Right? Okay. So remember them, remember these phrases and try to use them. You must have come across some of the words such as, for example, if it is an accident, you must have come across, you must have seen words such as, he succumbed to injuries. Succumbed to injuries. The injuries that are caused by accident. We also see, this is newspaper English, modern English, and these are some of the modern expressions. He sustained injuries. Sustained injuries. Or you can also say he suffered injuries. Suffered injuries. So, in the accident, he sustained critical injuries. In the accident, he suffered critical injuries. And eventually, he succumbed to injuries. He succumbed to injuries. So, what do we mean by succumbing to injuries? What is the meaning of that? Meaning, dying because of the effect of those injuries. So, when I say effect, E-F-F-E-C-T, effect. He could not resist those injuries. He yielded to those injuries. And eventually, he breathed his last. What is that? He breathed his last, L-A-S-T, last. He breathed his last at 2 a.m. in the morning. He fought with death. Eventually, he succumbed to those injuries, meaning he died because of the critical injuries that he sustained, that he suffered in the accident that took place yesterday. We listen to this news, maybe in road accidents, maybe of some of the important political leaders or celebrities, right? Okay. And usually people who do not bury the bodies, they burn the bodies. And to denote that, for example, for instance, in Hindu culture, people, they burn bodies and they call it as pyre. They call it as pyre, P-Y-R-E, pyre. And pyre will be lit at 3 p.m. Imagine. Suppose pyre will be lit at 3 p.m. So burning the body over a huge pile of wood is pyre, P-Y-R-E, pyre. The body is kept over a huge pile of wood and they burn the body. Right. And when you talk about if the person is elder to you, you say, my brother who passed away is older than I. You don't say, my brother who passed away is elder than I. He's younger to me or older than I. Similarly, you don't use the word expired when someone passes away. You use the word passed away. Passed away is a much better word than expired. The leader passed away yesterday, instead of saying the leader expired yesterday. Right. So all these words, when we express our condolences with a heavy heart, when we try to stand by the family, when we offer our deepest condolences, our heartfelt condolences, to strengthen them, to support them, it is difficult actually to completely bring them up at that particular moment. However, we try our best to stand by them, to give them or to provide them the necessary strength, support and comfort. Well, when they listened to the death news of their son who is studying in US, they were crestfallen. They were completely grief-stricken. They collapsed when they listened to the death news. It was completely unexpected. He was a wonderful youngster. He went to US to study MS there. He went to a party, I think last night, with his friends. While returning from the party, they had a very fatal accident. The accident was very, very, it was such a kind of accident where they died on the spot. And their son was driving the car and he's died on the spot. Probably he was not wearing his seat belt, and the accident was a very, very terrible accident, such a terrible accident. He lost his life, he breathed his last, and the family is now, a pall of gloom has descended their home. So when we say a pall of gloom descended their home, we talk about people weeping inconsolably, lamenting, mourning, wailing over the death of someone, and the entire scene that is very pathetic, that is very pitiable, and the entire scene is running full of emotions, people shouting, crying and weeping inconsolably. So viewers, that's all about paying condolences or offering condolences. You may be asked to speak about your colleague who passed away, maybe your brother, maybe your neighbor all of a sudden. So you should know the necessary expressions that need to be used in that particular context. You should be aware of, you should be familiar with the kind of phrases that are used to speak about a departed soul, to comfort the family, to strengthen and support them, and to stand by them, and to speak about the departed soul. It might be a friend, because you should know how to describe the person. What sort of a person was he? What were his qualities? He was so loving, he was such a wonderful philanthropist. He was a very generous, benevolent person. He was always helping everybody. And today, to know that he is no more, well, you should also remember another expression that we say, he is no more. So what do we mean by the expression no more? What is the meaning of this? No more is the person is no more alive. He passed away. He is no more alive. So we also use this word while talking about a person who passed away. So remember all these expressions. Try to use them as confidently, as fluently and as successfully as possible in expressing your condolences, in supporting the family, in speaking about the departed soul, and in comforting the bereaved members of the family. When I say bereaved members of the family who are mourning, who are actually lamenting the death of their dear one, their near and dear one, and the family that is now left without the support of their father or without the support of their brother. So such a family is a bereaved family, a family that has lost their dearest soul, their dearest brother or sister. Well, death is inevitable to anyone. Anyone has to pass away. So even when we see someone's dead body that is being carried in a street or on a road, all of us, it catches the attention of everybody there when they listen to the lamenting music or mourning the death of somebody. The music itself is so saddening, and it's very mourning, that it attracts everyone's attention for one simple reason that we know that one day we'll pass away. And it's also a sort of frightening experience that I have to also face death someday or the other. In spite of all this busy life, in spite of all the desires and passions and aims and dreams and goals that we are living, we all know that one day we will pass away. So that's the reason death is an important point in anyone's life. Rather, we don't like to face death, but there is no choice in that. So when you have to speak about someone's death, in fact we fall short of words. In fact, we keep searching for the right word in the right place, because that's not a regular thing. And we are already, when we are in grief, when we are in sorrow, when we are already mourning the death of someone, when we speak there, our words should be very delicate and sensitive, because that should not hurt the sentiments, or that should not hurt the feelings and emotions of the members of the family in particular, most importantly. So the way we choose our words, the way we present and put forth in a presentable manner is something very important. And for that, it definitely needs prior preparation. And this session is exclusively to enable you, to prepare you to speak in such occasions, in such contexts, in such places, when you actually stand and speak about the departed soul. Because this is not a regular thing. This is not a sort of birthday party, or this is not a sort of wedding anniversary, or this is not a sort of regular affair that is done every year. This is something shocking, and this is something very saddening. To digest, to accept it itself is something very saddening. And to speak in those moments, in such difficult times, such hard times, one needs courage, one needs good language, words, preparation, exposure, and most importantly, the sensitive process of handling the entire situation, the sensitive method of handling the entire situation without hurting anyone. So that is the effort, that is the idea of presenting this session to all of you, and I hope this has been useful and meaningful to you all. Thank you very much.